majority of Boeing defense workers have voted to end their strike over wages and retirement benefits. Just in time for the holiday shopping season, Google is promoting the use of AI to help you get everything on your list. Tech contributor Ensure.
One of the places where technology can really help with shopping is price comparisons. And Google says it's built an AI that will go that next step, that it will actually watch for specific items you're interested in and automatically buy them when the price gets to a certain point that you're willing to pay.
On Wall Street today, stocks finished lower. The Dow was off 797 points. This is CBS News.
O'Reilly Auto Parts for all your car care needs. Get the parts and service you need fast from the professional parts people at O'Reilly Auto Parts.
Did you ever think about hosting your very own radio show? Here's how.
Hey, Tampa Bay, did you know you can have a 1-hour program on the Tan Talk Radio Network for less than the cost of one 60-second announcement on many Tampa Bay stations? That's right. We'll put you on the radio for less than the cost of one 60-second announcement on many stations. Check it out today. Use your program to promote yourself, your business, or someone else's business. Call Lola Jean, the broadcast queen, 727-510-7622. That's 510-7622. Call Lola Jean now to check out your Tan Talk Network program. In addition to network radio, we'll stream your program in audio and video all over the world. Call Lola Jean now, 727-510-7622. Call today. Your network 1-hour program can start tomorrow. Broadcast your message in audio and video on the Tan Talk Radio Network.
Hi there, I'm Robin Savage, stand-up comic. Are you sick of the news getting pushed around by two sides, always saying the other side is wrong? You deserve to enjoy the news.
That's what's up, Robin. I'm your host, Mac James, from Stand Up for News. We're stand-up comics, and we tell the news. The news doesn't have any legs and can't stand up for its own self. Join us and special guests like local hero comics like Donnie Stopa, all the way to legends like Tommy Chong, here on WTAN Radio.
Every Thursday night from 6 to 8 p.m.
Do you have questions after being injured in a car accident or injured because of someone's negligence? Do you feel overwhelmed or uncertain about the next steps after being injured in a crash? The personal injury attorneys at Peronic, Caulfield, Averill, and Noyes have been helping their injured clients since 1955 and are now on this radio station to provide guidance to you. Listen to FLA Law each Tuesday from 5 to 6 p.m. Let their decades of experience help you and your family. Offices in Clearwater, non-attorney spokesman.
This is Paul Porter, the arena voice of the Tampa Bay Lightning and press box voice of the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, inviting you to join me and Jason Alessi for the home team every Saturday from 9 a.m. to 11 a.m. here on the Tan Talk Radio Network and Facebook Live, the home team with Paul Porter. Special guests, prizes, and your phone calls about the Bucs, Lightning, Rays, USF, Sun, FSU, Florida, and more. Talk to you this Saturday at 9 a.m. right here on the Tan Talk Radio Network.
Tune in Saturdays from 3 to 5 p.m. for Miss Sarah's Dynamic Gospel Power Show. That's 2 hours of great gospel music every Saturday from 3 to 5 p.m. All brought to you by the Ozona Pig Restaurant in Ozona. Yes, that's every Saturday from 3 to 5 p.m. It's Miss Sarah's Dynamic Gospel Power Show. Tune in on the Tan Talk Radio Network.
This is the Tan Talk Radio Network.
All ready, Zarkov? Cut the speed down as low as possible.
Hi, and welcome to our super special. We have right in the house a man that's an entrepreneur. I'm so excited to have him here. And introduce yourself to the world. I'm trying to figure out what the intro was we had. That wasn't it, right?
It didn't sound like it, but that's fine.
All right.
We're working as we go here.
Yes.
So hi, thanks, Dawn. And this show is about take a ride on the rocket ship. And I'm Dr. Jeffrey Berger. I'm from Cape Coral, Florida. And I was up here last week, and we'll talk about that a little bit later.
That was phenomenal.
Yeah,
Absolutely
it was great.
Phenomenal to meet your partner. And so just share a little bit about yourself for the new viewers. How you all started into everything and
Sure.
what your background is.
Sure. So I am actually an ex-software engineer of 30 years. And I grew up as a baby boomer, traditional, go to school, get an education, and go find a nice, safe, secure job, and did that for 30 years. And really found that it was not my cup of tea.
Mm-hmm.
And I had done other things as well. My passion was fine arts, theater, music, and dance. And I did have a gig with New York City Jazz Company for 5 years until I fractured my back.
I didn't know that.
Doing
Okay.
a rock video in New York City. Yeah. So that got me out of the fine arts, got me into computer science, and there goes my next 30 years.
Wow.
So it was a roller coaster ride, and really the last 5 years of my career was really very, very, I'm going to say that there was no work-life balance.
Mm-hmm.
The older I got, the more demands were put onto senior engineers, and I eventually got burnt out, left from total burnout and hostile and toxic work environments, unfortunately.
That will make you go forward, right?
Big time. So I found that was pretty common, talking with many people over the years who have also left corporate America, wanting to go out and go from the corporate to the entrepreneurial, environment,
Mhm.
and wanting to do their own thing,
Mhm.
because we're all put here for a reason, and we need to find that reason and then really embrace it and take that and share it with the world.
Right. No, I agree with you on that. And where are you from? You drove all the way from?
I'm from Cape Coral.
Okay.
Now, but I'm originally from Buffalo, New York.
Oh, that's right, Buffalo. So in 2015, you left corporate America, certified as a holistic health coach, focusing on a microbiome. Did I just say that correctly?
Microbiome.
Yes. For those that don't know, it's your gut health. Share our viewers what that's all about. That's impressive. I've heard that a lot about your gut has a lot to do with things.
Absolutely. So, when I left corporate America, there was a lot of things going on. And in 2018, my doctor wanted to put me on to a 6th medication. And why? Because I was having problems from the other 5.
Oh, okay.
So that's when I said, this doesn't resonate with me. That's when I chose to explore holistic options, because unfortunately, my father passed away from many things and on 12 medications.
Mm.
And I felt that the doctor was putting me in that same path.
Mhm.
I don't want to travel that path, along with his brother and sister who were diabetic and, heart disease, everything that goes with it. So
Mhm.
in 9 months, I basically came off of all the medications.
Wow.
Reversed my type 2 diabetes and reduced stress, anxiety, and depression. That was at a 10 plus for decades, down to a level 1. And I've been pharmaceutical free since August of 2019, really understanding that we're really brought up in a world of broken and corrupt systems
Mhm.
has been my journey and my own belief, because we are, they're not getting to the root cause of it. I talk about this from the Western medical
Mhm.
side of things. And I don't rule out Western medicine 100%. It has its time
Mhm.
and it has its place. And we need to get back to traditional ancient Chinese medicine, Ayurvedic medicine, plant-based protocols, so forth and so on.
Right.
And so with that, I wanted to share my journey and got certified as a holistic health coach and worked about 4 years and having students
Wow.
working through their own health challenges
Mhm.
and helping them. But the number one complaint from all of my students was finances. In order to get healthy, it costs money from a holistic perspective because pharmaceuticals don't get to the root cause. You need to repair, you need to heal, and that's drugs don't do that. It's a Band-Aid.
Well, I get what you're saying because I know when I went to my doctor, he's like, well, you need to go to a dietitian because I found out after my son passed away, I was type 2, I was pre-diabetic. Then it became diabetes 2.
Okay.
And so I got it under control and my numbers have gone down, but I noticed I've been working out more on my treadmill. I take walks that are longer. I have reversed, I'm trying to get it, more, and he was very proud of me. But again, they said, well, if you want a dietitian to go to, it's going to cost you some money to learn, but I think it's a blessing in disguise because you're really watching what you eat and you're actually eating healthier, I would say.
Well, that's the other thing though, too. You really have to watch where you're getting your food, what's in the food.
Correct.
Because I came to discover there's over 10,000 preservatives in our foods. And that causes dysbiosis in the gut, disruption, and that basically opens Pandora's box to a plethora of issues. And
are you talking like people with bellies or just had the gut? How do you know? Like, is it a flat stomach?
Well, no. I mean, gut biosis is basically it's a leakage in the gut lining, and that lining is only one cell thick. All right. And when you start breaking that down, all the garbage seeps out of your gut into your bloodstream. Okay. And the idea is that we want to plenish our bodies with the right nutrients that are there. And when you have, colored dyes and different preservatives that are in your foods today, that breaks down the barrier of your gut. And that's, you've got different, these foods have been being built for decades. All right. We've gone from the farming age into the industrialization of foods and canned foods. And we've been destroying our bodies for decades. And it's sad to see that is the way of today. But a lot of people are really waking up to finding out what is really going on because our doctors are human. They're following a protocol that they were taught to follow the books. And unfortunately, the books don't really lead you into a really healthy lifestyle. And it takes a lot to change that and really repair your body. It took me 9 months initially, but I have to be on top of it day after day after day after day. And those are things that you have to become your own doctor in essence to a certain extent.
And you have to know your body. If something doesn't feel right, you got to listen to it. What about somebody when you're talking about gut, if they say they have a fatty liver, is there something that you can tell them that, that's important too if they have?
Right. No, absolutely. All these chemicals really attack different organs in the body, and you need the right protocols. I mean, there's a lot of holistic protocols out there. You've got Dr. Berg. I could go on and on with these doctors, but it's about doing your own research, getting out there and looking at the plants that are out there. You got lemon and parsley and mint and all of the green, the chlorophyll, all these green products and meats as far as chicken and beef that are grass fed. They're not treated with chemical, like injections. And I mean, people have to be really, really, really careful because now they're putting mRNA into our animals. And mRNA is what has been in the, the boom boom in the arm there.
Oh, I gotcha. Wow, that's we need to hear this, and you're speaking of this from the truth. Also, in 2022, there was a major switch from holistic health coach to one that is now taking holistic, finance first approach to, and compassing over well-being. What do you describe as a holistic? I would say fiance
financial.
It looks like a fiance. And where has this taken you today? I'm sorry. All right.
No, that's okay. Yeah. So, it was a revelation for me because I have gone through, as many of my colleagues and family and friends have gone through some financial devastation over the years. between 9/11 and 2008. 9/11, obviously 2008 with the real estate crash, and then 2020, 2021, 401ks were turning into 101ks, and one of mine flatlined. And it was like, okay, this system isn't working for me. And that was a wake-up call for me. And I don't take away from my financial planner, who's very, very conservative. I approached him many times to take a look at the alternative options out there that are in, the blockchain technology around cryptocurrency, digital currency, because I kept reading more and more from 2017 that this was the direction that the industry was going. And I reflected back to 2009, being a software engineer and being approached with the opportunity of purchasing 500 Bitcoin at 0.0017 cents, which was an 85-cent investment. My response was, nah, it sounds like a scam. And Bitcoin has been it's been valued at over $100,000 per coin. You think 500 coins at over $100,000, I'd probably be on a beach eating bonbons by now.
Gotcha.
But
could be happening soon.
No,
you never know.
This is true.
Right.
This is very true. So, I really did my due diligence and took a chance, like I did in 2018, walking away from Western medicine and exploring holistic. And I call that circumventing the system, because holistic is outside of the main system and it's treating people in a different aspect. Same thing with finances, leaving the the traditional financial system, the centralized, as I call it, moving over and really exploring the decentralized or the blockchain technologies, and taking a very low six-figure portfolio and now turning it into a high seven, soon to be eight-figure portfolio by diversification. I'm not putting all my eggs in one basket. It's looking at different projects and different opportunities out there that I could disperse these different types of investments, if you will, to changing the paradigm on my future, my retirement, so forth and so on. So that is when I decided to take an approach with a finance first approach, because finances are the number one stressor. People are going up and down and up and down. People are working paycheck to paycheck. They're working 2, 3, 4 jobs. They're not making ends meet. It's like, okay, what's going on in the world today? Why are there so many people dependent on the governmental systems that are out there? And it's like, why is this happening? And people are, talking with many people, they just accept it for what it is. And I'm like, no, I decided not to accept that. Not that I was on any assistance, but I pushed my way through that to not get on that type of assistance with losing so much in my retirement. And it's really taking that, stepping into your uncomfortable zone, as I talked about last week, and really being able to learn and grow, because when you're in your uncomfortable zone, that is where things really start to thrive, and you start to become creative, and you start to really embrace it. And as you learn one day at a time, you get out of that uncomfortable zone and you become your own CEO. I think you have to, my belief is I had to become my own CEO from a health perspective. But I still have, doctors that I go to get my checkups, to get my blood work done. I'm working with financial wealth coaches, Dr. Tahir.
Right. Amazing. Yes.
And some others that I follow online, and learning from them to take control instead of relying on people who are in a system that really, most people are not getting benefits from it. Some are. But most are not. So what's going on with the most? And
do you think it has a lot to do, because I've talked to so many people about when COVID hit, of course, a lot of people kind of went into a cocoon and they don't like leaving their house anymore. And sometimes you just got to push yourself. And I've talked to so many, they're like, I just want to stay home. I don't want to go out. And I think that's changed a lot. And people are now becoming butterflies, as I say, and they're trying to not invent the wheel, but try to come out of their cocoon right now.
Sure.
And I see that's happening.
Yeah.
And the motivation is coming back for people.
Exactly. My own personal belief and theories on that is, and that could be another whole talk show, but there was a certain agenda during that period. And today, more and more people are waking up to.
That's what I meant. You're right. Correct.
Yeah, they're waking up to as I call the true state of affairs that are out there. They're doing their own due diligence. They're digging. They're not listening to one resource and that has a specific agenda, and they're looking at all sides. And I say, look at your left, look in the middle, look at the right, and look behind you. And you've got all those pieces of information. And then you evaluate all of that information and you make your own educated decision. And that's what I started to do in 2015, because I was one way. The government wouldn't do that to us. The medical system wouldn't do that to us. The financial system wouldn't do that to us. But we look at what's going on today, what's being exposed, what kind of corruption is out there, so forth and so on. And it's like, oh, that's why we are where we are at today with so many things that unfortunately are happening and we've been blindsided.
Right. No, you made a good point on that one too, for sure. Okay. So you were here last week with Dr. Tahir.
Yes.
Yes. I say the last name of Houston. I just want to share a plug about the interview. And you mentioned something about today's paradigm shift that you can share with the audience today about that as well.
Sure. And yes, so I met Dr. Tahir in 2022, which is during my changeover, if you will, really exploring the blockchain technologies, looking at different options to help us move forward. And the paradigm shift is really, and I what's weird is over the last, while I've been doing this, I've been thinking back to before computers. And then in the 80s, when I got involved with computers, they were just coming out. And then the internet came. And where are we today with that? And I share with people, think about decades ago when Microsoft, Apple, Netflix, and Amazon introduced their technologies. It was revolutionary.
Right.
It was mind-boggling. And people were like, that's not going to happen. And just like people said, oh, computers won't last. Well, they're running the world today.
Well, remember back at Disney World when you walk through the circle of life and they used to have you go, really? We could see people on their phones. That was wow to us back in the days.
Absolutely. Yeah. Absolutely. But look at where those companies are today. They're industry giants.
Right.
And this is where we are today with the blockchain technologies. We're in a new era and it's changing. It's changing rapidly, exponentially is what I call it.
I just saw today there will be no more pennies being made today.
Soon to be.
Yep,
we'll talk about that.
Yeah, that's another thing too.
We'll talk about that. But Dr. Tahir has been a true wealth coach for me in regards to, really opening up my mind and looking at things differently, because he became a multimillionaire at 27 in real estate, traditional real estate.
Right.
All right. And then he created his academy, the Unstoppable Millionaire Academy. And then in 2019, he incorporated this digital technology, which is real estate tech, financial tech, educational tech, artificial intelligence, and the metaverse into his portfolio. And these particular products and services that I'm talking about are really accredited by Microsoft and Amazon Web Services. We won the Microsoft EdTech Award for our AI Metaverse EdTech product that's getting ready to launch. We partnered with Google on a 2-year stint with our educational metaverse platform, and we were written up in Forbes magazine June 27th of this year.
Wow.
So we're getting a lot of recognition.
Correct.
And, I'm helping bring that to the United States market.
Well, he gave me his book and I've just started reading it and I will finish that very soon. And he has a book out called The Unstoppable Millionaire.
Correct.
Which is phenomenal as well. And you can buy that on
Amazon. Yes.
Wow. Okay. So another question I have for you. You are a strong believer today in diversification. What is that about?
So diversification, it's really plain and simple. you don't go to one restaurant. You go to a multitude of different restaurants. All right. That's diversification in your food.
Right.
Okay. You don't watch one TV show. You watch multiple shows. You're diversified in your shows. When you invest into your 401ks, you're diversified among different products and services from different companies through your financial planner, unless you're doing it by yourself. Same thing with the blockchain technology. As I mentioned earlier, I'm diversified in multiple projects on blockchain, as well as some traditional stocks that are overseas in Dubai. So this is diversification. It's being able to really manage your portfolio from all aspects. And I go back to living on abundance and optimum wellness, physically, mentally, emotionally, spiritually, and financially, and having the tools and the resources. And this is part of that whole paradigm shift, is being able to have those tools and resources to be able to take you to those next level, to create that kind of a lifestyle, because I truly believe my business is abundance and optimum wellness. And I believe we all should be able to live in abundance and optimum wellness, physically, mentally, emotionally, spiritually, and financially. And I'm all about being able to help people and direct them to resources and tools so they can do their own due diligence to see if it's a good fit for them. Because everything that I do is not fit for everybody. Some love it, great. Some don't love it, great. And that's okay, because that's what makes the world go round.
Okay. Oh, that's interesting. Okay. So following up on diversification, you've added a new project to your portfolio. What is Tex It Coin? It sounds very interesting.
Yes. Tex It Coin is it's a new cryptocurrency. And the world is heading towards cryptocurrencies. So there's a ton of projects out there, and this is a project that is basically become an owner of mines. You own your own mine, which is basically creating your own your own cryptocurrency that you own. Because a lot of people go out and buy cryptocurrency, but those who own a mine, once that cryptocurrency is generated onto the blockchain, then it is actually airdropped to your external cold wallet. And I've got a little thingy here. This is a little coin that I have, and this is where all of my crypto goes. So it's off of the exchange, it's off of the blockchain, and it's stored here. And then when I want to be able to exchange this and cash in on it, then I move it to the exchange and sell it, and then convert it to the currencies that I want to be able to pull out of.
So let's say there's somebody that's a brand new newbie, okay, that doesn't know anything about that. They're probably wondering, well, what do I invest in it? What's something that we put into that? Is it a couple of dollars? Is it a couple $100? I mean,
yeah, that's a great question. But let me preface it first with a really basic understanding of what being a cryptocurrency miner is.
Thank you. Okay.
So you just think about a toll booth. They're all over the state. They're all over the country. So being a cryptocurrency miner is like being a toll booth owner. You own the toll booth, but the toll booth is on the state. All right. And every time a car goes through that toll booth, cha-ching, 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 and part of those cha-chings go to you and part goes to the state, because you're renting the state property for your toll booth. Same thing with being a miner. The mines are in Texas. This is a Texas project. And the company owns the property, and they own the storage units, and we have a license of those mines, which is hardware and software. Just like a computer has hardware and software, but on that computer, it is generating programs that actually embed onto the blockchain. And think of the blockchain as a ledger, just like a spreadsheet. And every cell is stamped with a cryptocurrency. Okay. So it's embedded into that blockchain, into that cell, and you are partial owner of that.
Okay.
So it's like it's like a fractional ownership of that. So every day I get coins dropped into my cold storage wallet, which is, again, it's external.
That's what people want. They want to get, they said, I've heard over and over, I want to get paid while I sleep.
Exactly.
Right.
Exactly. It's like having a piggy bank that's on your bedside table, and every day, there's coins going in it. And when you're ready to spend it, then you can go out and do what you need to do.
That's a very good explanation of that. Also, following up, okay, we talked about the Texacoin. How is Texacoin different from the money we use every day, like dollar bills?
Yeah, so money is printed every day by the government. Texacoin is created and used by people on the computer and the network. So the community is really building the network.
Mhm.
All right. We own the network, not the government.
Right.
So we own the community, we own the network, and we own the coins. So this is a coin for the people. And there are more and more companies out there generating programs like that because people want more control over their finances.
Mhm.
When we put money into the bank, who owns it? The bank.
Mhm.
They use our money to make more money for themselves.
Mhm.
And we make what, 0.01% on savings?
Correct. Yeah.
If that.
Mhm.
All right. So this is a way for people to be able to embrace these new technologies and get in on the ground floor and start getting educated, because between 94 and 96% of people globally have no idea what Bitcoin, or excuse me, what blockchain is. What's blockchain? What is blockchain? I don't know what blockchain is.
So how do you keep track? Is it an app?
Yeah, I do have an app on my phone.
Okay.
And I look at it every day, and it's close to 1,000 coins.
Wow.
All right. And as that, and so in essence, it's really like a share in the company.
Mhm.
So when the value is at $5, all right, per
Mhm.
coin, you take the number of coins that you have in your wallet and multiply it by 5, and that's what is your your
Interesting.
value
I'm
is.
sure people want to jump on this. So I want to find out at the end of the show where they can,
Sure.
stay with us.
Sure.
So you can learn about that even more. So, okay. So who can use Texacoin?
Really,
Texacoin.
Texacoin, yes. Yeah, anybody can really use or have Texacoin.
Mhm.
This project was built for Texans because it's housed in McKinney, Texas.
Mhm.
That's where all the property and the mines are located. They're stored in big shipping containers,
Mhm.
and they're set up accordingly to run the technology. And they have since then expanded throughout the world, if you will. And there are more and more people coming on board because they want the opportunity. What I love about the project is that Bobby Gray is the CEO and he is the owner. He was in the precious metals industry for many years, stamping gold, silver, bronze coins.
Mhm.
And in 2012, he went to Congress to talk to them about alternative currencies. They laughed him out of Congress. He went back to Texas and he got together with a group of people, and they launched April of 2024 Texacoin. He was the first to mine it,
Mhm.
and he wanted to open it up to the masses and to be able to take more control of their finances.
Okay.
And you talked about the cost earlier, and I didn't answer that. So coming on with a mine, to come on with one mine, it's $995, but you can come up to, you can get as many mines as you want. There's a certain limit. Most people either go with 1, 3, or 9 mines.
Mhm.
That's the typical, protocol, but you can get 1 to 11. There are a couple of packages for 20, I think it's 20, 27 and 53 mines.
Mhm.
But those are higher end packages. Majority are in the lower end. And why is that?
Mhm.
There's a stipulation with them because you hear these big companies who are buying up, billions of dollars in Bitcoin and XRP and all of these other coins.
Mhm.
He wanted to put a cap because he doesn't want big companies to come in and purchase, X number of mines to take control. He wants it for the people.
Mhm.
And this is called the people's money. And the other aspect about this project is that we are creating an environment for brick and mortars to be able to utilize this coin as form of payment, because there are stores out there that accept
I'm
Bitcoin.
saying that. We'll say that, accepting that for that too, for their payments, which is interesting.
Right. So it's going to help stimulate the economy in the state of Texas.
Mm-hmm.
And now he wants to be able to bring this business model from state to state to state, and he's brought it to Florida, and it's been doing extremely well. And one of the things that I love about this company is that they're transparent. We every Tuesday there is a meeting with the CEO, and he talks. We made $9.2 million last week, and X percentage went to commissions, X percentage went to paying the employees, X percentage went to paying the electricity, X percentage went to marketing, to buying new software, hardware, new shipping containers, to build new mines, so forth and so on. So we really have a great perspective on where people's monies are being spent.
Okay. Wow. I hope you're enjoying this program, because he has more things coming up here in the next 20 minutes here. And we want to put an event together locally before Christmas. And I'm going to talk about that at the end here.
Sure.
Or can we do that now? And then we can talk about it again?
Yeah.
Before we go to my next question. So you want to put an event together for people and talk to them about... Tell them what you want to talk about.
Yeah, so it's really about education.
Right.
I'm not going to be there doing a pitch on, purchasing. And I mean, obviously that's the ultimate goal is to entice people to start to, invest and get their baby toe wet, get their ankle wet. But anytime I do a webinar, it's about education. I want people to understand, the technologies that are available, that are out there, and provide that education so they can become more aware. I don't want to do a bait and switch type of thing coming in and, that there's so many of them out there. That's something that I'm against. And number one, again, as I mentioned last week, it's about education, because I have a plethora of products and services with the programs that I'm involved with. And, Texas may be good for somebody, it may not be good for somebody. And the metaverse that we talked about last week would be good for somebody and not good for somebody. So it's about what resonates with them, what blows their socks off. That's kind of what I'm getting at, is what really entices them and really motivates them to say, hey, this is really cool stuff. I need to start really doing some more due diligence, and I'm there to provide more information, more direction, so they can really dig deep and take a week or two to get educated, and then come back to me. Let's talk. Where do you want to be in 3 years, 5 years, 10 years? And that's the objective, because the Texacoin is a live project. The metaverse is a project that is in the final stages of launching.
And we're going to talk about that more at the end of the show, because we just have a couple more questions. But that is phenomenal. So stay tuned. We're going to be actually working on a commercial. So listen for that on Tan Talk Radio. I'll be doing a lot of advertising as well. And what does the minimal mean for Tex coin?
Mineable.
There we go. Mineable. Okay.
That's good. So here's the thing: is you're new. You don't know the verbiage of this stuff,
learning,
and that's okay.
Yeah. Thank
you. That's what it's all about. There was a lot of terms that I didn't know in the beginning.
Yeah.
So it's about just taking one step at a time.
Yeah. It's not finance. I mean, not fiance. You're already married.
Right.
Completely different. So let's go to the other question I have for you. Is the Texacoin guaranteed to go up in value or be safe?
So here's the thing, is that, when we talk about going up in value, and is it safe? Here's the thing: no matter what you do in life, there's a risk. You walk out of the door every day and you're putting yourself at risk with what's out there in the environment. And the same thing, when you invest in 401ks, there's a risk. Can your financial planner guarantee that your portfolio is going to increase and be profitable? Yeah, I mean, that is the goal, in essence, when you do create a 401k, but unfortunately,
Mm-hmm.
mine flatlined. Well, not all of them,
Mm-hmm.
but they started to go down, and that's because of the economy and what was going on, after 9/11 and with the real estate crash. And during the real estate crash, who got all their money back? The banks did,
Right.
not us.
Right.
And how many people really suffered from that. So it's really about doing the due diligence
Mm-hmm.
and looking at what projects you're interested in. And I go back to the days of Microsoft, Apple, Netflix, and Amazon decades ago. Those people who saw the vision in what they were doing, they did their due diligence. They did what they needed to do to say, you know what, I think this is something that I would like to, jump in and, take a risk and see what happens.
Right.
You're not putting in $1 million. You're putting in $1,000 or $5,000 and then see where it goes over the next couple of years.
Mm-hmm.
And that's the same thing with these types of projects. This is not a quick get rich scheme.
Mm-hmm.
This is, again, a build wealth program as we build. And I'll, for example, right now, I'll give you 2 examples. With Texacoin, I came in in July of this year, and I was in before it was 15,000 miners. So July to August.
I was going to ask that, like, how many people have joined this? Like, do you have the numbers?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep. So I came in before 15,000 at the end of July, and here we are beginning of November, and there's close to 50,000 that are in.
So it's tripled almost. Right.
It's growing.
Right.
And then for the Demeta 1, it is basically it's been in development for a couple of years. We have close to 1 million subscribers right now that are involved with this platform, and and that started at 6 cents, and it's now valued. The Demeta token is valued at $1, and by 2029, the industry experts anticipate that we'll have over 10 million subscribers. So as you get more subscribers, obviously the value is going to go up.
Okay.
It's scheduled to launch between $2 and $5 once we launch in the very near future.
Mm-hmm.
So those are things that you look at. Look at the growth of each of these industries and look at who the company is, what they're doing, and what they have online to research what they have going on.
Right. So how can someone say, okay, they're listening, they're like, okay, this is interesting. How do I get involved in the Texacoin?
Yeah. So great question. I'm going to hold this up for people who are watching.
Yes. And the 2 cameras are up there as well. Yep.
And here is, you can send me a text at 239-933-7678 and just text me that you're texting from the Dawn Reese Show, or you can scan the QR code and set up a Zoom call with me. Let's have a conversation. It's all about getting you the information for you to be able to make a decision if that's something that you would like to, take a look at. And this is for anything that I do. This is for any of the products and services that I am involved with, and being able to be that guide. I want to be that guide for those individuals who want to take their life, whether it's personal, professional, or a combination of both, up to the next level and get involved with this industry, because this is where the future is. And as you saw, or hopefully you've seen, the last, since this year of 2025, there are trillions and trillions of dollars coming into the United States, specifically around AI, as well as cryptocurrency. So there's a lot of opportunities out there for you to take a look at and potentially embrace. And if you don't embrace it, that's fine too. I want to make that clear, because, it's my whole objective is for people to get educated. And if they're comfortable, great. If they're not, that's fine too.
What were you talking about, the metaverse, the glasses? Would you be talking about that at this event that we want to put together locally?
Yes.
And can you explain that to people?
Yes.
It's not like the, glasses that kids put on where it's 3D and they're in, or explain that.
Absolutely. So The metaverse is I call it an eclectic ecosystem. And this ecosystem that we're building through VR to One is an ecosystem that has what's called we call it 5 continents. And continent number 1 is the educational component. And this is where we're building virtual reality classrooms and campuses in the metaverse. Now, Meta is obviously it's a Facebook technology, and we're incorporating the meta aspect of it into our development efforts. So that's the educational component. The second continent is on Business Bay, and Business Bay is really geared towards real estate, the tokenization of real estate, fractional ownership, NFTs. You own a fraction of a property instead of owning the whole thing. I own 70 NFTs in a hotel and resorts in Zanzibar. And once that gets built and starts getting to be rented out, then I will get dividends from those rentals. And then I can sell those NFTs. If I want to sell part of my ownership, I can sell those NFTs on the open market. So that's the second continent. The third continent is Eureka, which is more geared towards content creation and programming. The fourth one is Gameaholic. It's all about games. And the fifth one is called Dope. And it's not the dope that you're thinking about. It is about entertainment. And we're going to be able to wear the goggles and be able to be sitting in Rome and watching a concert, or sitting in Broadway, watching a Broadway show, or going to a movie. So these
Would they have to pay extra for that? Like if they are.
Yeah.
Okay.
So there will be, a nominal fee to pay. And this will be done through the digital currency. We have what's called a utility token, DMU, and that is going to be used for form of payment within the system, because eventually we're not going to have the dollar.
So if they wanted to see a Broadway show, would it be live of a Broadway show, or would it be taped? Or
that is the goal, is live.
Live.
Is
Okay.
live. Now we have Continent 1 and 2 that are already launched. It's still, you think, again, you go back to decades ago when Microsoft and these companies launched their products. That's where we are with these projects and these products that we have. So they're in development, and they will continue to develop over the years. But look at where Microsoft is today. Look at where Apple is today. They're industry giants, and their technologies have evolved since decades ago. Same thing is going to happen here with our different continents. It's just going to expand exponentially over the years.
Wow, you're so educational on all of this, and it's phenomenal. And you're an expert at this, as you can tell. And oh my gosh, it's been amazing. Time goes so fast. And let me ask you real quick on the end here. What do you do to relax? What are your fun things to do?
Well, I love going on boat rides.
Oh, well, I do have to say, we did take you and Dr. Tahir out
Yes.
on sunkisscharters.com. And what did you think about the boat ride? And
It was awesome.
Good.
It was awesome. And that's very relaxing. I love the water. I love being out on the water. And that's something I need to do more.
Yes.
But really, the water, the beaches, traveling, love to travel. I've, over the last couple of years, I've been to, Qatar, I've been to Dubai, I've been to Turkey, I've been to the Philippines.
Okay.
So it's really gotten me out and about, and I'll be doing some more traveling here in the United States as we launch and get events, going here in the United States.
I just have this feeling you're so knowledgeable at this. And I just feel like, when Tony Robbins started and he had these information sessions to go to, and people would just flock over there. And with what you have to offer, you'll be talking about the Texacoin. You'll be talking about the glasses. Do they buy the glasses from you?
No, they can get them on Amazon. That's where I got mine.
So, they're just, I thought they were like, I know we're supposed to have a meeting today on that. But are they like VR glasses, or are they?
They're VR glasses. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. The Quest Medical, or the Quest 3S glasses, and you can get them on Amazon. And we have, we're plugged into that metaverse, and you just download our 2 apps, which is the IL University, which is the educational component of it, and then the Demeta One, which is our hotel and resorts. And right now, the hotel and resorts we just broke ground. So we finally got approval from the African government. It took us a year to do that.
Wow.
Testing the water, testing the ground, and all the rules and regulations to, develop on that property. So they're breaking ground. They already broke ground this month. And the idea is that as we evolve and things start to get built up, then the cartoonish look, if you will turn into more reality of actually being on the property itself.
So I know people are probably thinking, okay, what kind of glasses are they? What do they look like? Are they like regular glasses, or are they
just go on to Google or go to Amazon and search Quest 3S.
That's what I was asking. Thank you.
Yeah, and or do a search on Google. These big glasses that people are wearing today are now being reduced down to like Ray-Ban glasses, like Dr. Tahir had last week, and we're going to be incorporating that into technologies as we move forward, because that's the next level, if you will. With and actually, Facebook is actually selling Ray-Ban Meta glasses on Facebook.
So the glasses he had on, what could he do with that? Like he was trying, you get to see something. He was looking up a boat that we were going past, and it was a yacht. Then he looked it up real quick. Was that from the glasses?
It's from the glasses, and he spoke into the glasses, and he could just tell the glasses to take a picture. He took some pictures while we were on the boat.
Does it go on
with
your
his glasses?
phone,
It goes on the phone.
Oh,
right.
So you tap something to take a picture?
There's all kinds of things on those.
Wow.
On the
this
rims.
Is like so Jetson.
I know. Well, that's true. That's where we are.
I know.
Back in the 60s, the Jetsons. I watched that all the time. That was my favorite cartoon.
Yeah.
And it's like, oh, what would it be like to be, flying? And they're doing that now.
Yeah. Oh my God, that's so phenomenal. And I know, because I tried one time on a roller coaster when my kids had the other glasses with their, my grandkids, and it felt like you were on the roller coaster, on
right.
with those games that they have coming out.
Well, think about the 3D glasses that they have for movies.
Right.
Over the last couple of years. Take that to the next level, because when you put on these Meta glasses, you are going to have a totally different experience. And I even told Tahir when I was doing my webinars with these glasses, getting people into the metaverse, I could hear the breeze going by my ear. Obviously I can hear the birds chirping, the kids in the background, the waves coming up onto the shoreline. But feeling that breeze, it's like, I was like, what's going on here?
Whoa.
So, and that's virtual reality. So,
that's interesting.
Yeah. So it was a very, very interesting experience. And
so when they get your app, how is there a fee for them to download it? And they go on it after they buy the glasses?
So that's a very good question. We have not launched it officially. Right now it's available for those of us who are who are members of the ecosystem. We have access to it, but people who are not in the ecosystem yet don't have access to it. So stay tuned. There's going to be some information coming out in the very near future.
Okay.
But yeah, I mean, when we do our event here in Clearwater, I will bring the glasses and people can experience it.
I know we were supposed to do that today, but we had a family situation that popped up real quick. And I'm so excited to see what that's all about. And if you're a restaurant or somebody that has, some space before Christmas holidays, we'd like to, what would it be, an hour or 2 hours?
I would say probably, depending on the size, I would say probably 2 to 2.5 hours to adequately, if people want to try the Meta glasses. I'd like to give like maybe 3 to 5 minutes max for them just to experience it. And if you got 30, 40 people there, that's going to be a long time.
A while, yeah. And then the information that you talked about today. So if somebody would like to donate their space for us to come in,
right?
I will give you a free commercial. How's that?
There you go.
If they can do that. And so let the word out, because I'm looking for a restaurant locally. I know we've got some nice restaurants that have some in the back, and I have to double check on that as well. What date are you looking about for that before Christmas? Because it would be great Christmas gifts as well.
Exactly. So I'm looking at obviously between Thanksgiving and Christmas, and Well, I'll have to get back to you, and we'll
figure that one out.
We'll figure this out by the weekend. Let me put it that way, because I know I wanted to do the first Saturday of December, but I'm in a 3-day workshop, and I've already committed to that.
And how do they get in touch with you on Facebook, Instagram? They find you?
Yeah. So the best social medias is Facebook, LinkedIn, and YouTube. And just look for Dr. Jeffrey E. Berger. Look for the bald-headed dude here. I got my hat on. So, and yeah, connect with me there or reach out to me via phone. 239-933-7678 is my phone number. But do me a favor, text me first, letting me know that you're texting from the Dawn Reese Show, because I get over 25 spam calls a day and I don't answer them. Mm-hmm. And you may call and leave a message. If you call, leave a message, because most spammers call and don't leave a message.
Right.
So that would be the fastest way. But yeah, I'm on social media, and between LinkedIn and Facebook and my stories, I share a lot of little short clip videos about what we're doing, and just dropping little seeds for people to start getting educated.
Wow. And if you're driving, you're like, oh my gosh, I missed part of the show. You can watch us live. Actually, we're live now, taped on TAN Talk Radio Network on YouTube, and watch the whole show again with all the information that Jeffrey has given you. And is there anything else that I haven't touched on with some of the questions? Anything else you'd like to add? We have about 2 minutes.
No, I think the only thing that I want to add is I encourage people to be open, be receptive to getting information, and getting educated. I encourage people to get educated, because we are in a major, as I mentioned earlier, paradigm shift. Mm-hmm. And those who remain stagnant will be left behind. And, it's just like back in the day when you went to the banks. Mm-hmm. You went to the bank with your checkbook, with your checks, and you deposited cash and you withdrew cash, and then it moved to the internet. And now people are paying online.
And I do want to say that be careful when you're Zelling somebody.
Yes.
Because that happened to me, and I missed one digit, and now it's into, 7 days they have to do a dispute. And I don't even know if I'll get that back, because it went to somebody else, but I called the number, and hopefully I said, please be honest and please check your bank account and send it back. And that is so scary when you're sending money out if you make one tiny little mistake.
Right. And that's the caveat with this. Same thing with digital currency. Mm-hmm. There are different addresses that are associated with your wallets, your coins, silver, and so on. And that's very important to stay on top of that.
And keep track of your passcode someplace for somebody in a little booklet and all that. Jeffrey, it's been a pleasure. I would hope maybe you would have an hour show or half-hour show once a month with me,
WTAN, Clearwater.
FM 106.1.
WDCF, Dade City.
FM 102.3.
Listen.
This is CBS News on the Hour, sponsored by Progressive Insurance.
I'm Cammie McCormick. With the government shutdown over, many Americans are wondering what was accomplished.
The deal is almost the same thing. So it's just sad that American workers had to pay the price for some selfish politicians and using the word leverage, with the Americans. That's just not cool.
Air traffic controllers and TSA agents are still waiting for their paychecks. Nicole Killian reports.
We understand that federal workers could start seeing their back pay as soon as this weekend. According to the law, they have to be paid pretty much as soon as possible. That we could see them getting that money by the weekend, if not sooner.
Boeing machinists have approved an agreement to end their strike at 3 Midwest plants. Sean Malone has that.
The deal ends in over 100-day-long strike with a new 5-year contract approved by 68% of the union. Marshall Daniels has been with the union for